Hello and thank you for joining us on this edition of Bronc TV News. I am Orlando Vargas.
And I'm Beatriz Ramirez. Coming up on our broadcast, we'll let you know about one organization that helps fight drug addiction and crime through the power of faith. And are you covered yet? We have the latest on student health coverage. Plus, our cameras took to the streets for your opinions on the Super Bowl.
And the struggle for the American dream is far from over for undocumented young people. You'll hear their story next. And the SGA is getting ready for their re-election campaigns. Find out how this can affect you. And what can you expect for next week's temperatures? We have your latest Bronc weather forecast.
For many who live a life of crime and addiction, there is no way out. Orlando Vargas brings us the story of one organization here in the Valley that opens its doors to the hopeless in an effort to change their lives.
From the outside, it looks like a typical home.
Hey, how you doing? God bless you. Come on in.
Inside, you'll find the comfort of family and prayer for men who come searching for a second chance at life. Bloodline isn't what brings men like Michael Lawson here.
I showed up at this home on June 10th of last year, a drug addict, man.
It's the battle with addiction.
My life just started spinning out of control.
From marijuana to cocaine, Lawson says drugs broke his relationship with his mother.
She just told me that I was worthless and that I was never going to amount to anything.
Lawson eventually came here for help. He soon found out there were others like him. He embraced those he's surrounded by like a new family. They are the soldiers who are helping him fight his addiction.
I made a decision in my life, to help here at the home, to teach the guys, to help them out in whatever I can.
Francisco Soto Jr. is a volunteer with Outcry in the Barrio Ministries. The organization helps those with drug addictions through faith.
And if you repent of your sins, He will change your life.
And deliberate actions. It's a 6-month rehabilitation program. The men eat and sleep here. Their daily routine starts with reciting a vision.
To rescue men and women off the streets.
To rescue men and women off the streets.
Lead them to Christ.
Lead them to Christ.
I want God to use my life. I want to be used to reach out to the drug addict, the gang member, the criminal.
Michael Lawson is one of many. An average of 300 men go to the home every year. The 6-month rehabilitation program focuses on support and faith. The program strives to make those who are willing to change feel the safety of family and find hope through recovery. In FAR, Orlando Vargas, Bronc TV News. The opportunity to obtain deferred action relieved the situation of many undocumented students in the U.S., but it left their families doubtful for what's to come. Their search for the American dream and legalization continues. Our very own Beatriz Ramirez has the details.
A simple snapping of fingers shed lights on those who were living in the shadows. UTPA's Minority Affairs Council screened The Dream Is Now, a 30-minute documentary which features 5 dreamers struggling through a broken immigration system. The screening was led by a vigil in memory of 2 dreamers that since then have lost their lives concerning the DREAM Act.
Our hope was that those tragedies wouldn't happen anymore.
Joaquin Luna's dreams of being a future engineer were broken when he believed he did not have a promising future. The loss of Joaquin has prompted the community, including his family, to support immigration reform.
What we're trying to accomplish is that nobody else and our family to go through the pain that we're going through, is that being a loss of a son, a brother, due to the immigration.
Ola Caso emigrated from Albania when she was 5 years old. For 13 years, her family had been seeking citizenship, but because of a clerical error, she was denied the request and was to be deported.
You have until graduation, and then as soon as you step off your graduation steps, you're going to be on a plane back to Albania.
And suffered the abuse due to her status.
Whenever someone would walk past me, they would look at me, taunt me, harass me, and say, "You're never going to see your mother again. You're never going to graduate."
Her continuous battle against deportation mobilized her local community and all of the country to stop her family's removal process.
Seeing my community and my community transition from deportable to undeportable because we're sharing our stories, because we're uniting.
Both Ola's and the late Joaquin stories were highlighted in this documentary to show far beyond the reality of what they faced on a daily basis. But their fight doesn't end there. Thousands of young dreamers are still fighting for their dreams in the land of promise.
This isn't an undocumented issue. This is not a political issue. This is a human issue.
Beatriz Ramirez, Bronc TV News.
For many students, having health insurance is the last thing on their mind. But with the deadline fast approaching, there is no way you can afford to not be covered. Adriana Gonzales brings us the best options of health insurance for students that you can get.
Student health. New Year's has gone, but Obamacare is here to stay. College students have more than enough financial struggles to keep them barely afloat. With health insurance deadlines just 1 month away, students stress bills as to find an affordable yet decent insurance plan that is suitable for their budget. Director of Student Health Services Rick Gray informs us to what insurance policies UTPA has to offer their students.
Good afternoon. My name is Rick Gray. I'm the Director of Student Health Services. The insurance policies offered at the University of Texas Pan American for students are a basic medical insurance policy. It is offered through a UT system contract with all UT schools, and it's available, it's just for students. It's not available to the general public. Of course, you can always, you always have the options of using the healthcare.gov website and going to the general marketplace trying to find yourself a policy as well. The application process is online. There's many ways to get there. You can go direct. There's a link off the Student Health Center website that will take you to the policies sign-up page. The cost for the insurance program is for a single UT Pan American student is $1,432 for the entire year. Okay, most of your health care plans that are in the open marketplace right now are going quite a bit more than that. Plus, it has a lot of benefits built in that you can only access as a student. Like if you have the insurance and you come to the Student Health Center, it waives all your copays and deductibles. So you save all the out-of-pocket money up front.
College life doesn't come easy, with expenses such as tuition, books, apartment living, and other additional expenses. Some students will stick to their parents' insurance, while others will obtain their own.
I'm currently a retired veteran, or considered a disabled veteran, so I'm covered by the VA, so I'm not really concerned with it.
I think I'll probably be added to my parents because I still live with them. I'm only 20, and then eventually I'll just purchase my own.
For more information on healthcare plans offered at UTPA, simply log on to www.utpa.edu, move your cursor to the current students drop-down menu, and select Student Health Services. You will be directed to their page, which will provide you with all of the information you need to get started on your application today.
Well, it's that time of the year again for the student body to elect student representatives for the Student Government Association. A total of 12 senatorial positions are available. Our very own Lucero Rodriguez has a whole story on how this whole process takes place.
The Student Government Association, SGA, is the official representative of the students attending UTPA.
The role of Student Government Association is basically the mediator between students and administration. So basically, we are there to give them support, hey, tell me your concerns and we'll talk to the administrators about it. We can do this together, we're here to mediate, both sides.
One example of the hard work SGA puts on is when the administrators wanted to paint the tables and benches with the logos of the outside donators.
Organizations were kind of upset about that because that is their actually opportunity to advertise their organization. And it's actually been a tradition, you sit in a bench or a table, you see the name of such club or organization.
This year, the elections for executives and senators are just starting. Students have the chance to apply until February 4th. Candidates will have the chance to start the campaign from February 10th. There will be different activities where students from UTPA will get to know their candidates and debate among them.
Once the debate is over, we have the actual polling stations, which will take place a whole entire week, and we're going to have a polling station located at the rec, the student union, and the library, where they'll be able to, the students will be able to vote there, or, they can do it via their phone or any, but just to encourage the voting.
During the voting period, every student currently enrolled at UTPA can vote, even international students.
Students have the ability and the power to vote whoever they want to represent them.
Electing the senators of your college is of great importance because these will be the ones attending the necessities of each college. Keep on the lookout of this year's candidates and vote for your representative. For Bronc TV, I'm Lucero Rodriguez.
Well, Beatriz, it looks like the valley has been going through a very unusual weather pattern as of late.
Yes, now we know this past Sunday, the groundhog saw his shadow, letting us know that we have 6 more weeks. Today, 5 more weeks of winter.
Well, that's right. Let's toss it on over now to our weather forecaster, Karina Cantu, who is standing by live with your latest forecast.
That is right, Orlando. Mr. Groundhog Phil did see his shadow this past Super Bowl Sunday, which only means 6 more weeks of winter for us here in the valley. So these cold, chilly temperatures you've been seeing will stay with us, as we do see how today we have a high of 50 and a low of 46 with some 20 to 40% chance of showers. The chance of showers does remain with us this whole week, as we do see here on our extended weather forecast. We do see how on Saturday we have a high of 66, on Sunday a high of 60 with temperatures as low as to 42 degrees. As we do start off a new week on Monday, we do start seeing how our temperatures do start to increase slowly but surely until we end up on Wednesday with a high of 74 and a low of 55. That has been it for your Bronc weather update. Now let's take it back to the studio with Orlando and Beatriz.
Well, the big game has come and gone, and we know who was crowned Super Bowl 48 champions. We went around campus asking students over their opinions on this football's biggest night. Alexia Chavero is in her studio here with this week's edition, Man on the Street.
Thank you, Beatriz. It was our favorite time of the day, lunch hour at the Student Union. We went around interviewing ordinary students about the Super Bowl 2014, which took place this past Sunday. What is it that caught their eye? Was it the unexpected score of the game, Bruno's halftime show, or perhaps the famous Super Bowl commercials? Let's take a look at what UTPA students have to say about this topic.
It was definitely a big disappointment on one end, but they both put up a good fight.
It went great. We did everything we had to. We won 43-8. There wasn't much competition. There wasn't much I can complain about.
Every time they made a touchdown, it was an incredible pass, an incredible play. One play in particular, just coming back from the halftime, the receiver ran it 89 yards all the way to make a touchdown, which is pretty much unheard of, especially at the Super Bowl level.
What did you like about it? What was your favorite part? The commercials, the game, the halftime?
It was seeing the commercials because they were more entertaining than the game itself, I think.
My favorite commercial, I guess there's one with the yellow M&M. I had seen a previous commercial before where they had captured him and we were going to find out what happened to him, and at the Super Bowl is when they revealed that somebody had stolen him and they wanted to eat him or something. So it was pretty interesting and I liked it.
My favorite part was, I guess, the halftime show, because the game itself was, I didn't like it.
I'm not a very big fan of halftimes. It stops the game and I'm a big fan of the game.
No, I do not like Bruno Mars, but I thought he did a good job along with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So what do you expect to see in the Super Bowl next year?
More contact in the game. It was very boring. I expect to see the teams to try better.
I just hope to see a more equal game and even game between the two competitors.
Just more effort.
Well, thank you so much, Alexia, for that report. And if you have a story idea, and don't hesitate to let us know, you can look on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/BroncTVRadio, for any latest newscast or news at your convenience. And if you want to know more about what we can offer here at Bronc TV Radio, or if you want to see any future projects that are on the air, you can check our website at www.utpa.edu/BRTV.
You can also reach us via Twitter. Just look for our Twitter handle at Bronc Radio TV. Use hashtag story ideas to let us know what stories you would like for us to cover. We would like to thank you for joining us in this edition of Bronc TV News. I'm Beatriz Ramirez.
And I'm Orlando Vargas. Stay safe and stay warm out there, Bronx.